Good morning. My name's Mrs Purdue. This is my wife Lynn. We live in Cardigan, West Wales, Cardigan. We've been here for 10 years, or just about 10 years, and we've had our solar array since April, which is about 9 months ago. The reason we decided to go for solar array on the roof was that we'd recently come into a little bit of money, but not enough to make any particular difference, and we wanted an investment that would be beneficial to us in the long term. So instead of putting it in the bank and earning sweet nothing on interest, we thought, what could we spend the money on that would have a beneficial effect to basically our bank account in the future to come. And we decided on solar energy as the result of what we could do. We looked online to see what the best comparison was and the best people to install it. We got a few contacts from that, and from what we looked at, we decided that your company was the best to use because they were fairly local, not particularly local but fairly local, and those people that were local weren't necessarily qualified to install things anyway. So having agreed with Solar Plants to have the things installed, they came back to us very quickly, gave us a date, and they stuck to it. The engineers turned up promptly on time on the date they were supposed to, which is quite unusual for West Wales. From then the panels were installed on that day, after the obligatory cup of tea for the workmen, but only the one cup of tea, I should point out, because they actually got on with putting the scaffolding up on the side of the bungalow while we were brewing the kettle. They got all the equipment off of their van, fitted it nice and company. Next thing we heard, they were saying goodbye and checking that they hadn't messed anything up and that everything was as tidy as we expected it to be left. The following day the electrician turned up at 9 o'clock on the time specified and installed the inverter, the meters, made sure the electrics was working, went away happy, left us very happy, having explained to us some of what the intricacies of having a solar panel were.
And why did we choose Solar Edge?
Because they're local.
No, not Solar Plants, the monitoring system on Solar Edge.
Because
that was
it's guaranteed.
Yeah, it was good. It means you can look at what
you're
doing.
The solar plant people gave us all the details of how much it was going to cost to install the solar array, how much we could expect to generate, which was on the liberal side, but we seem to be exceeding that anyway. So
one thing too, we're no computer geniuses, and to get the Solar Edge up on my husband's laptop, he said a few sort of, I would say, technical terms, and in the end he phoned Solar Plants, and the salesman, I don't know who came out, but he sat there with Roger's laptop and did it all and set it all up and said, this is what you press when you want to find out what.
So it's nice and easy to use.
Yeah. He was very good at it for for sort of very elderly people that don't use a lot of technology, I think.
Yes, being very careful in explaining it to idiots.
Yes. So we had an idiot guide to Solar Edge, but again, very helpful. As much time as we needed. Did we understand it now? Still don't know how it works, but you don't need to, do you?
No.
Press a button.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Because we were quite late filling in the registration forms with the electricity company that we're using.
The feed-in tariff.
We missed the first payment, but it didn't matter because in November, when I gave them the figures on the meter, they just said, "Oh, well, that's okay, because you've generated that much, so that's what's going into your bank account. And we have noticed too, obviously our direct debit with the electricity company has dropped quite considerably because we're obviously not using so much electricity from the, whatever it is, the main source, I don't know what you call it.
The mains.
The mains. I've no idea what they call it. National Grid, that's the one. Apart from that, we've been quite happy.
It seems quite efficient. It's working quite well.
We even recommended it to our neighbours who came up the road and talked to us, and I said, oh yeah, we use solar plants. And were they good? I said, yeah, they were efficient, turned up when they were supposed to, and all the, you know, and they were very happy because he wanted it installed. He said they were both getting on a bit, and he didn't want to leave his wife with
big bills.
Big bills. So yeah, it's gone quite well.
And we're quite happy to recommend it to anybody else.
Yeah.